All right, boys, we're back with another betting video. It is Thursday Night Football. You're seeing this on Wednesday, so you have a full day to get ahead on your bets. Before I even post this on Twitter, they're only on Pick'It right now. I'm not going to waste your time today. We're going to hop straight into the bets. There's going to be a quick video. I have 3 plays for you. We're going to go over the full slate, though, obviously. But today, we're going to start on Pick'It. We're up 1.5 units. It's, for me, Tuesday. I'm recording this. It's 1.5 units from yesterday because we swept on Monday. I did have a parlay on it. I did have a parlay of Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson receptions. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey didn't play. It's on UD, so sadly did not count for us. But it is the end of the day. It is what it is. Still cashed out on the Brock Purdy. Under 31.5 passing attempts and over Garrett Wilson half receptions. Legacy cashed there. Make sure you're on Pick'It using code BDGE when you sign up. You'll be entered in a free merch raffle, as I'm wearing it right now. So you'll be entered in that, as well as you'll be able to follow me, Nick, all the boys, be able to tail us all year long whenever we're on live, whenever we're talking about picks, whenever I put a crazy parlay in for Sunday Night Football and lose, but it's fun to ride. Stuff like that. You'll be able to tail all season long. Track your own bets as well, so it's a really good spot to do all that. Also, make sure you're on Underdog. This is where I place a ton of bets. They're doing a ton of promos. Today they had, again, as it's Tuesday, they had a free slip, no sweat bet up to 4 plays. So, like, take advantage of that. We have vulture plays every week. They have a free CD play up as the day you're watching this, so make sure you go take advantage of that. Using code BDG, not only will we get the CD play, you'll also get a BDG free play of Josh Allen over half a yard. So take advantage of those. We'll refresh the screen so we have the most up-to-date lines. The bets I am taking, and I'll show you the props that cash behind them all. Tua under. Now you're looking at this. Hey, gut. Achane probably is going to be out. Raheem Mostert probably going to be out. Again, by the time you're watching this, things could change. But as I'm seeing this, that is the case as of today, as of right now on September 10th at 6:32 p.m. Those people are out. But so you're probably like, why is we taking the under? It doesn't make sense. The Bills play a very, very over-top coverage. 2 high safeties, which is going to lead to a lot of unders being cashed here in this game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm leaning the under. It's 49.5 right now. That is a very high line. We're in Miami, but again, head-to-head, he doesn't do shit against Sean McDermott. And the reason being, is it because he's not making plays? It's not because Tua can't have the playmakers to do it either. It simply stems from the fact that the Bills run a ton of 2 safety, high set, cover 2, cover 4, man 2 sets in this defense with whatever playmakers they have at the time. And they've had rotation of players in and out, in and out. Do I think the Bills defense is elite this year? No, but they still play with that style where they're not going to let you get beat. They're not going to let you beat them deep. They send a lot of pressure. They're not going to give you time to throw it deep. He had 2 completions. Again, we go to his 10 game. You can see his last game that he played of 338 yards versus Jacksonville this past weekend. So they're coming off a very big high. This line's super high. And someone who probably doesn't know, they're probably like, oh, we just threw for 300 yards. Only 2 quarterbacks threw for 300 yards last week. He was one of them. Came off the ends of a 60-yard catch by Jalen Waddle, a 80-yard catch touchdown by Tyreek Hill. Explosive play after explosive play. Devon Achane took 7 catches for 70 yards. All of the sorts of explosive play after explosive play. I don't think that happens against Buffalo. I think they are able to run the ball like they have been the past few years against Buffalo, whether that's through Jalen Wright or Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert if he's healthy, if Devon Achane's healthy. All those type of players can run the ball. I think that's what they're going to do, as they've had success doing that against Buffalo in the past. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't think there's going to be a ton of over-top beaters in this game, as there hasn't been in the past. And again, he's only hit this. I don't count, obviously, the 21 stat line as he didn't play. But he's still under in 4 or 5 games. The only over he cashed was 282, which isn't really convincing as well either. So now we're going to head to the play I like to play off that, the correlating play. And you're probably like, God, this doesn't correlate at all. Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions. And again, we can place that right on UD at 7. It's a push if it misses. Same shit. I like him all the way up to 7.5. Reason being, crushes this against Buffalo. Again, you look at the stats, 5 of 7 games, 6.6 average. He's killing this line simply because of the fact they play over top coverage. Devon Achane might be out too, which is going to open up some targets there as well. When they play over the top coverage, what do they do with Tyreek Hill? Use him in the screen game. Use him on quick passes. Get him underneath. Get him the ball early. Allow him to make plays. That is what this scheme does. When they're playing a lot of over-top zone, you try to get your playmakers in space early with quick screens, drag routes, dig routes, all these underneath quick hitches, quick plays to get him quick receptions. I think he's going to be closer to a game like this with 11. 9 receptions. I think 6.5 is simply too low. He's been crushing this line 6 of his last 10 games. Hit this already against Jacksonville. He's still the focal point of this offense. Also heading back to the last play real quick. I've been yapping a lot, I know. Tua in primetime. Yeah, that's really all I need to say. Sucks in primetime. Like, he's never hit this line in primetime. So just want to throw that out there. And in those primetime games, head-to-head, 2 of them were against Buffalo. Bad against both. So just want to state that as well. Receptions, though, again, I don't like the yards in this game as much, simply because I think they're going to play a ton of over top. I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to have those 80-yard receptions in this game. Where I think he can get just peppered with targets, 10, 9, and 8 game underneath all game long in the game plan. And again, they're home, which he thrives at home, hitting this in 7 of his last 9 games. I love the line. And at home, 3 of his last 4 versus. A good play based off scheme, based off targets, based off, again, averaging 10.1 targets in his past 10 games. At home, it's even higher. So, again, I think he's going to absolutely destroy this line. Now to our Buffalo play. It is not on underdog right now, but it will be. For now, I'll just buffer it with receiving yards, but we're going to take James Cook over 2.5 receptions. It will be here probably by the time you're watching this. It was on my phone. It's just not on my laptop. Like, I took it earlier. I have a live slip and stain right now of Tua. I boosted it and took his under higher than 2.5 receptions. So it is right here. I took it on my phone. You can take it on your phone as well. Higher than 7 receptions here. This is the slip I have. This is the plays I'm going with. Those are my 3 locks. I do like other plays that we will quickly go over. Want to just get this through fast. I feel like the longer videos, the more I yap, the less you guys give a fuck. So I'll give it to you straight. The line is simply just too low for a guy like James Cook. They're going to have to use him a lot this year. And he had 3 receptions last game, only off 3 targets. But Arizona was a team that allowed the deep ball, that allowed the one-on-one shots, that allowed Allen to be able to make these plays and run for easy yards, and they took away the underneath. Miami going to do the opposite. They're going to try to take away the over top. They're not going to allow the deep shots. Trevor Lawrence was able to, like, make a few big plays with BTJ throwing an absolute seed to him in the back of the end zone for a deep ball, but, like, they didn't allow a ton of huge shots. This Miami team doesn't want to allow that. They want to keep it underneath. I think James Cook, again, being a focal point in this offense, he's going to see all the touches in the world. Saw a 12% manufactured first read percentage, which, again, all that means is he's going to get the first read in the routes 12% of the time, which is very, very high for a running back. The highest we saw in the week last week was Achane at, I think, 17%, and the average sits a little under 10% at 8.9. So he's above average by 4%. They're trying to give him the ball. He's their best playmaker realistically on this offense outside of Josh Allen himself. He lined up in the slot for 4 plays too. They're going to use him all over the field. 2.5 receptions just feels low against a good team. I think they're going to be behind in this game. I think Miami wins this game. Again, I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. I think, like, realistically 24-21, sure, 17-24 feels realistic to me. I get everyone wants it to be a shootout, but again, we saw last week, shootouts aren't going to happen every game. We only had a very few on Sunday. So I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. James Cook going to be a playmaker. They're going to have to target underneath against this Dolphins defense, and I think this is going to be an easy over. A lot of people are taking rushing yards simply because of Tank Bigsby went off. ETN had a solid day. James Cook is going to see all of those carries. I don't lean that way as much. I think they're going to stack the box more, force Josh Allen to pass to James Cook, for example, pass to a Keenan Allen, pass to a Khalil Shakir, a Curtis Samuel, make him make those plays to those worst playmakers and allow James Cook to just cook. So I'm going to lean the receptions here for this good receiving back in James Cook. Other plays I'm leaning towards. I like Kincaid, but for receiving yards at 45.5, you can get him all the way up to 44 or all the way down to 44.5 as well. You can add that to your slip if you want to. But 45.5 receiving yards feels great. I think he's going to be way more involved in this offense, attacking the middle of the field, short underneath routes, like I said before. Kincaid will thrive in that type of an offense. He's not going to be able to kill you deep. That's not what his game is. It's never been his game. It's never been these Bills tight ends games either. So I think Dalton Kincaid can feast in the middle there and have a really good bounce back game today as well. So that's another play I like if you don't like the Cook play from the Buffalo side of things. I lean both sides of Miami. You can lean a Josh Allen rushing yards if you like. Again, he's been rushing a lot. He's probably going to have to keep rushing with how mid this offensive line is. The Miami pass rush doesn't scare me. I don't think they're going to really come with a ton of heat. But if they do, Josh Allen's going to scramble. He's going to see a good amount of rushing attempts, good amount of rushing yards. I don't know if his rush attempt line is out. It's not. They have it just base set at 7.5. I don't know what it's actually going to be. Probably 8.5. If it comes out at like 6.5, 7, I'd slam it. But 7.5 and higher feels very high for me. I'd rather take the yards there for sure. Which you can get all the way down to 35.5 only on Underdog. If we go back to it, 35.5, 33.5 passing attempts feels high too. But if you want to add this split, I like that as well too. So again, a lower, 2 higher is the pair. That's kind of where I'm at with this game. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. This is the full official slip. James Cook higher than 2.5 receptions. Tua, again, I boosted the 274.5 and made it a lower. Give me a little bit better odds there. Tyreek Hill at higher than 7.5 receptions. On books, you get at 6.5. So I already have the bets right here. If you want to follow me on Pickett, you can see them right on live. You can click on them. You can tail them. All super easy in the app. James Cook over, under Tua, over on Tyreek receptions. Again, I have the UD play right here. To be very transparent, I used boosts on the James Cook. I used boosts on the Tyreek Hill, 50% odd boosts on other sites. And then on Underdog, I used the sweat-free bet. So you'll be able to use that as well if you want to, if you're able to catch it on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know what deal they're going to have out. They have a free CD Lamb, so if you want to add that to the slip as well. Those are the plays I'm rocking out for Thursday. These are all of them right here. These are all of them in the slip. Make sure you cash out, dial in. Love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of fun shit down below. Make sure you cash out the plays we cashed out on Monday. Now let's cash out again today. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.